Peace, my family, and raw back to all. Those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This is your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind bright and that good mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys are definitely moving on up. Oh yeah, and your higher nature and cleansing. Yeah, you know what's up. You gotta cleanse, cleansing the lows. Came in here today to read. And this right here is Torah 1. This is Genesis, genes of Isis, right? All right. This right here will certainly help you on this good journey. So it continues. With that being said, let's get started. All right. And so it goes like this. The enclosed garden. And Yahshua the Elohim, Cadman, Adam, the Adam from Kodash down, and allowed them to stay in the enclosed garden of the light, to be a slave and to preserve it and protect him from the human beast in the outer field. And Yahshua the Elohim Kakel made the first commandment for the Adamites, saying, "You may eat without cost of any tree in this enclosed garden. However, of that special tree of hallucination that is in the center, you are not to eat from it, and for in that same day you eat from it, you will be destined to die." And Yahshua Hekel said to the Elohim Anunnaki, "It's not right that Cadman, Ha'adam, the Adam, should be separated from Eve, Nekabim, and I will bring his helper for him to see." And so out of the garden, and Yahshua the Elohim formed every living thing of the part of the outer field outside of the enclosed garden, and every bird of the air, of which the Elohim was responsible for all the flocks. And he brought them into the enclosed garden to Cadman, to Adam, the Adam, just to see what he would name them. And whatever Cadman, the Adam, named every living spirit, that became its name. And Cadman, the Adam, named all the non-speaking mammals and all the birds and all that lives in the sea, which were originally from the outer part of the world, called the outer fields, sudden. But as for Cadman, Adam, he did not have his wife yet. In Genesis 2:18, the Elohim Nergal, a Yahshua, a Yahweh. In Genesis 2:18, the Elohim Nergal, not a Yahshua, but a Yahweh of the Elohim, a Alam of the Elohim of 2 Kings 17:20, whom the Cushites worship, is mentioned in Hebrew as Nergal. The Elohim Nergal, son of Anu, under the orders of Nundama or Incan. The Elohim Anunnaki performed brain surgery and the operation of green slices to mummy Cadman, which was known as Adam, the dust of the ground, and removed his barking gland and was in a coma state. Nergal took the X chromosome from Adam, Nergal, genetically sliced by artificial assimilation in the genes of Patam of the Cushite, the Bushman, the Bushman tribe, and Anak of the Halawite tribe, the Dogon tribe, a female child named Eve, or Hua, meaning the mother of all living beings. This is why women today have two X chromosomes and the males have an XY, an X and a Y, XY chromosomes. And a Yahshua the Elohim had Cadman the Adam sedated And the great scientist Nergal, son of Anu, performed brain surgery, a gene slicing to mummy him, and they removed the Barthian gland, and he was in a coma state. The scientist Nergal went into his red bone marrow to take blood to mix it to create Eve. And the scientists Nergal, Ninti, Inki, and Rishigal took from Adam's X and Y chromosomes one of the X chromosomes and closed it up and wound in his rib cage. And from the X chromosome, which Yahshua the Elohim ordered the great scientist Nergal to take from the Adam, he genetically bred in the genes of Tam, the Cushites, the Bushman tribe, and Anatholites, the Dogon tribes, a female child Eve, and brought her from Kadesh, where she was born, to the enclosed garden, to the Adam. And goes on to read. In Genesis 2:20, Eve is mentioned as the Isystem, meaning the bone, and the Bashar, meaning the skin of Adam. Thus, women all have sexual organs like a man until they reach a certain age, 4 months in the womb. When women are still babies, they have a penis and a sternum. Thus, this is where you get the original hermaphrodite. Prior to this, the first males and females did not have any didn't have any sexual organs, and they were not destined to reproduce. They were etherians taking on physical form with the aid of scientists Ninti, Inki, Nurstagal, and Nergal. Saw the Cadman, also known as Zakar or Adam's sadness, and his dealing with other animals because they were there just for that, and they felt sorry for him. So the scientists gave him the faculties of reproduction, and they made sure that the male and the female shared sexual organs. So there are things that they don't need, so there are things that men have that they don't need. Let me repeat that one more time. So there are things that men have that they don't need, such as nipples on his breast, and there are things that women have that they don't need, such as wings under their arms, and yet each woman comes from a man of the species. The males were the flyers, and the women the walker. And the Adam said to the Elohim Tekleel, who is also called Ruan and Uram, Eve is of my own flesh and bone and transplant, because she was taken out of my very genes. Alright? So it goes on to say, one moment. Alright, now. It goes on to say, this highest law confirms that other people must have been living on the planet Earth, because this is before they were put out of the garden. So if a law existed that man would stay with the woman's family, not the woman with the man's family, then there must have been people who lived by that law. The point is that all of the genetics were being bred through the woman, because the Vatam people who lived on the Nile were the agreeable Elohim seed, and the Atamites who were living on the Tigris and Euphrates had been mixing in with the disagreeable Elohim seed. This is why, even if a man had non-ether kingly hair, his beard is, 6-7 ether. One moment. Going through some pictures. Straightened or curly. So this is a curse placed on Adam's seed. One moment. Alright, now let me rewind back a little bit to the point. Alright. The point is that all the genetics were being bred through the women, because the Torah people who lived on the Nile were the agreeable Elohim seed, and the Edomites who were living on the Tigris and Euphrates has been mixing in with the disagreeable Elohim seed. And this is why, even if a male had non-ether kingly hair, his beard is 6-7 ether. And it goes on to say, because I'm going through the pictures right now, one moment. Alright. Straightened or curly. So this is a curse placed on Adam's seed, who once had non-ether for mixing his seed with the Nephilims, the Hindu. The women don't have beards. This is the sign that man is regressing. For the original man also did not have hair on his body. Hair is, one moment. Right. Okay. So let's go on. This is a curse placed on Adam's seed. The straightened or the curly. This is a curse placed on Adam's seed, who once had non-ether for mixing his seed with the Nephilims, the Hindu. Women don't have beards. This is the sign that men is regressing. For the original man also did not have hair on his body. Hair is a shaggy trait. Thus, they separated from these people, and now they're bringing them back together. But the dominant is the woman. The highest law states a man living being is supposed to leave his tribe and join his wife's tribe, and they will become the same tribe, the Anamites. Alright? So that is a good place to stop for now. Now, if you are interested, you are encouraged so much so to check this out yourself and read for yourself on this good journey. You're gonna need it. It's gonna help you to connect the dots on what happened here, right? The truth of it all, as it begins to be clear within these pages, right? So you begin to start to piece everything together, right? So it's needed, and it is on the channel if you are interested. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. On that note, family, I want you all to know that you are loved beyond this world, and in it, we're gonna spread that love and one to another. Be the peace that you seek. Released our master teacher, Dr. Malachi out. Peace, shalom, I should divine love, family, and wadu. And it's all.